Hey guys, Mrs. Francis here. So there's a few things about the lab we're doing this week that I know is not going to be covered in the YouTube videos that you guys are going to see. So I wanted to do a screen share where you guys could see what my face-to-face lab is going to get. So the lab we're doing is called Chemical Reactions. Okay, so the first thing we talk about are physical and chemical changes. Okay, so a physical change would be, for example, is if we used a piece of paper, okay, and I took that piece of paper and I crumbled it up into a ball, okay. Is it still a piece of paper? Yes, it is, okay. So all I've done is I've physically changed what it looks like. So a physical property is just the looks, okay. So it's just the look of it. Physical property, just the look of it, okay. Chemical, what is if I took that same piece of paper, if I took that same piece of paper, but I burn it. It's horrible. And I burned it, okay? And it burnt away. So all you have now is ash. Is it still paper? No. So now I've chemically changed what it is. It's no longer, so I've chemically changed, so it's no longer paper, right? Okay, so physical, you change what it looks like. Chemical, it's no longer what it started out to be. Okay, so you're gonna do one of the pages in the book, and I will type in your intro when I give you your YouTube video what page numbers you need to make sure you submit to me. And there's one page where you're going to tell me, is it a physical or is it a chemical change? Okay. The other thing that you're going to do, okay, now my pen's not going to work, is you're going to look at, the chemical reactions, the actual chemical reactions. Okay. And what we have is we have what happens in a chemical reaction. So on one of the pages in your manual, there's 4 different things that actually happen. Okay, so it tells you that one of the things that happen is a color change. Okay, so that's the first thing. Actually, let's go ahead and see if I can get rid of this stuff now. Sorry about that. Be like me erasing on the board. It's harder than it looks, guys. Okay, so first thing that's going to happen during a chemical reaction, or one of the things, is going to be a color change. Okay, second thing that's going to happen, or could happen, would be a heat content change. So it could get hotter, it could get colder. Okay. Third thing that could happen would be there'd be gas produced. So you guys were actually in lab last week, so when you guys put hydrochloric acid in with magnesium, you could see that it immediately started bubbling, and gas was being produced off that. I don't know if you guys could see the gas coming off, but you could actually see gas coming off of that sometimes. And the last thing is a precipitate is being formed. I spelled that wrong. And what a precipitate is basically a solid. So you've got liquids that form. Okay, so let's just say you take 2 liquids and you put them together, you form a solid. So form a solid. Okay. So those are the things that can happen during a chemical reaction. You have a color change. Okay, you can have a heat change, you can have gas produced, you can have a precipitate form. So one of those things is going to happen during a chemical reaction. Okay, so the other thing that I know is not in your videos that I know is a test question later is in a chemical equation. Okay, sometimes you'll see things wrote like BaCl2. And then underneath of there, you'll see this little like AQ. And and then it'll say plus Na 2SO4, and then I'll have another AQ here. Okay, and then it'll tell you what it turns into, which is BaSO4, which is a solid, plus blah, 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 blah. Okay, and what I want you to know are what these are. Okay, and these are the physical state of those compounds. What is this compound actually? What is its physical state? And there are 4 physical states you need to make sure you know, and they're pretty self-explanatory. An S means it's a solid. L means it's a liquid. G means it's a gas. And this AQ means it's aqueous. Okay? And aqueous means it was once a solid and it was dissolved, typically in water. So it was dissolved in water. So once a solid, dissolved in water. So for example, one of the ones that I use for class today, I'm pretty sure it is the, I'm trying to think which one it is. I want to say it's the silver nitride. One of them comes to me in solid form, and I actually have to make it an aqueous solution. So to make an aqueous solution, I dissolve it in water, and then I give it to you guys in liquid form. Okay, so that makes it aqueous. Liquid means it was liquid. It was always liquid. So hydrochloric acid is a liquid. It always comes in liquid form. Okay, so you need to make sure you know the physical state. So if you see an equation and they have these little brackets on the bottom of them, you know that they're telling you that these 2 aqueous solutions came through and they formed this solid. Okay? The rest of the things you'll need to know is they're going to tell you the 4 types. The 4 types of reactions, and you're going to see those in the videos. The Fred and Wilma Flintstone video is really generic, but it's actually really good at showing you the 4 different types. It is so silly, but you're not going to forget it. And then you'll see some really cool experiments being done. And I'm not going to make you're not going to have to like memorize those reactions or anything like that. I just wanted you to see some cool reactions because that's what they're going to get to see in class today. Okay? If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, thanks. There's a little smiley face. See you later.